Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this episode of SBB Live. I am your host and the publisher of Seniors Blue Book, Amanda Barton. Really excited today to bring on Mr. Ken Madray, who's with Senior Living Selections. Shout out to Harbor Chase of Sarasota for letting us use their beautiful venue. Thank you so much. If you need a tour, contact Charlotte. All right, Ken, tell us a little bit about yourself. And everybody has a story, everybody has a background, what brought them into the industry. Tell us about Ken.
Well, let's see. My family, they're a family of nurses and CNAs. So I had got my CNA when I was young, in high school actually.
Oh, wow.
And from there I progressed. I got my LPN, my RN. I had done my administrator's course in assisted living.
Okay.
I feel I have a caring heart and I love what I do. I love being a nurse, and from there, Andre with Senior Living Selections had approached me to be a senior care advisor. And from there, I mean, we just progressed, and I love what I do. I really do. I love being a nurse. I love being a senior care advisor.
That sounds fantastic. Now, you also mentioned that you wanted to be a paramedic when you grow up, right?
I did. You know, God always has a plan for people. I wanted to be a paramedic. At that time, there was just such a huge influx of paramedics.
Yeah.
On a whim, I took a entrance exam to become an LPN, and guess what? I got in.
Yeah.
And so there was my nursing path from there. So my mother, my father, my brother, and myself are all nurses.
Well, it sounds like nursing is in the blood, for sure, in the Madray family.
It is. It is.
Now, your services with Senior Living Selections, a lot of people think like, oh, I'm not going to call a placement company because they're so expensive, and how can I possibly start the search early? Talk to me a little bit about how you work with people before they need it, so they're not operating in crisis mode, and what the pay structure is like, what the fee schedule is.
So people always ask, why do I need you? I said, you don't need me, but it really helps if you use me.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I tell them, you know, beforehand, if you're looking, it's like old school. You open a phone book and just make calls.
Or the Seniors Blue Book.
So what it is, we're pretty much experts in what we do. So we know where to go, what care needs, what price points. So I tell everybody, when we look for an assisted living, we try to find the right fit physically, socially, mentally, and spiritually.
And financially.
Yes.
Instead of people wasting their time calling a bunch of communities, or they could look in the grids of Seniors Blue Book to see the starting price range, but it's not about me today. But Ken, your services are not actually charged to the senior. They're free to the senior.
All our services are free to the senior and the families. We are a service that provides just community outreach and help. It's free to call. I mean, our expertise, I mean, it's there for them. We get paid if we get a placement, but just call us if you have any questions.
Yeah, now being a nurse and your background being a nurse has definitely helped you with this, I'm sure. So tell me a little bit about how being a nurse has really impacted working with these seniors and their families.
So I tell families that I'm not a salesperson because I'm a terrible salesperson. I'm a nurse. That's the reason why I wear scrubs. So our assessments and the way we look at placements from my eyes, it's always a nurse's eyes.
Yeah.
I don't look at the fancy and the flashy. I look where the person's going to get the best care, where their needs are going to be met, and where they're going to fit in socially.
I think that's an excellent point on what makes you special. You're there to actually service, and you're looking at things on a clinical level where most people that are in the industry may not be able to look at them on a clinical level.
So I feel that's where I have a little edge.
All right. Well, Ken Madray with Senior Living Selections, thank you so much for joining us.